Summary. So, grandfather, who was Ruskin's grandfather here we are talking about, was very fond of animals. They all lived in Dehradun, and his grandfather, Ruskin, was still, the story is written when Ruskin was a little kid, and he used to just see and observe things around him. So, Ruskin Bond's grandfather, who was very fond of animals, one day he brought monkey from a Tonga driver in just ₹5. Now 5 rupees in today's time does not have lot of value, but if you ask your grandparents or if you ask even your father, he will tell you what was the value of 5 rupees. It had a great value at that point of time. Now as he brought this monkey from a Tonga driver, so he named him Toto. So Toto was actually name of the monkey which grandfather has taken from a Tonga driver as a pet. Now you imagine, can somebody keep monkey as a pet? Because monkeys themselves are very mischievous creatures, if you know it. So it's very hard to tame a monkey and keeping it as a pet. But grandfather, as he loved keeping animals and he loved keeping different animals, so that's why he has purchased. Now there was also one more thing, that grandfather's wife is being called as grandmother in the story. She never liked monkeys at all. Not just monkeys, she never liked any animals. She did not like animals, and grandfather even had a small zoo in his house which grandmother never liked and appreciated. Now what happened, as grandfather knew that if he would go to his wife and tell her that he has purchased another animal, she would get very angry. So that's why grandfather kept Toto's presence as a secret from grandmother. He did not tell her that he is actually having a monkey with him, and he is now adopted a monkey also, and in his private zoo. He did not tell her about it. Now as his presence was secret, so he has to hide it. So grandfather has to hide it, and where he hid him? He hid him into the almirah inside the cupboard. Now as I told you that monkeys otherwise also they are very mischievous, but Toto especially was a very, very naughty and disturbing creature. He used to do a lot of mischievous stuff. So when he was packed in the almirah, he started tearing off the clothes, okay, and scratching the walls and doing all the things he could possibly do in this very small almirah. So he even tore off the clothes of the author Ruskin Bond, his school blazer. He completely scrapped it off. Now as Toto was very naughty and disturbing, he would do several things just to create lot of nuisance. Like he would use his tail as a third hand, okay, to reach all the places where his hands would not reach, because tail is comparatively long and could actually use to take out the things. So this way he would actually use his tail to take out the things which were not in his reach. Okay, and secondly, he would also use his tail to hang from branch to branch, as lot of monkeys they do. They hang it from their tail, hold it tail and wrap it around any structure from branch, or it could be anything even in the house. Okay, so that's how the monkey used to do, and he used to create lot of problems. Now once he even accompanied grandfather to Saharanpur in a canvas bag. Now before this you need to know that now grandfather has told grandmother about the presence of monkey, as she found it out. So he narrated the story that he has actually bought a monkey from Tonga driver. Now once what happened, grandfather had to go to Saharanpur, and still the monkey could not be left alone with the grandmother, and so that's why grandfather decided to carry him with himself in a black canvas bag. Canvas is a very fine fabric like which the shoes are also made up of. So he kept it in that black canvas bag so that nobody would notice and nobody would know that the grandfather is actually carrying an animal in the bus, because it's not easy to carry animal in the bus, plus the fare of the animal is very high, and dogs are still allowed but monkeys are not allowed in the bus. But Toto, as he was very mischievous, he popped out his head out of the bag. He brought his head out of the bag because of as of which the ticket collector noticed it, and he started asking grandfather for the explanation and for the fine. Now here grandfather was very reluctant. He did not want to pay fine of Toto, because he did not want to give 3 rupees as a fine, because a normal fare for an animal is less than 3 rupees. It's 1.5 or 1 rupee. So that's why grandfather was not ready to give 3 rupees. But as the ticket collector could not really adjust to it and could not really let him take Toto along with him, so that's why grandfather has to pay 3 rupees as a fine. Now what happened, Toto, now as they came back, now Toto's presence was even known to grandmother. So grandfather planned to shift Toto to his a very comfortable place, to a different place, to his private zoo, where he has also has another animals. And so that's why Toto was shifted with Nana the donkey. Nana is the name of the donkey here. So now Nana and Toto, they stayed together in a stable. Now you need to, a stable is a place where donkeys are basically kept. Now Toto, as he was very, very notorious, so he started giving troubles to the donkey. So what he did, he fastened the donkey's ear with his sharp teeth. So he just tied the donkey's ear, both the ears, and with his teeth, with his sharp teeth, which actually gave a lot of pain to Nana. So Nana did not like it, and they used to fight a lot. Nana and Toto used to fight a lot. They never gelled up well. But after some time, Nana and Toto, they also became friends after getting a scolding from grandfather. Now Toto always enjoyed warm water baths in cold winters. Okay. Now as grandfather, they lived in a hilly area and it was very chilly over there. So Toto used to enjoy a lot of warm water bath. Used to sit in warm water and enjoy, especially in cold winters. But one day what happened, he nearly burned himself, because though he's a monkey and he's an animal, he's not having a good brain like a human being, and he could not understand a lot of things which was going around the house. So one day what he did, he jumped into the hot kettle. So kettle was actually on had a hot water and it was on fire also. And what Toto did, he jumped into that burning hot water. And as he jumped into it, he was almost about to boil himself alive, because the water was so hot that as he jumped into it, his body is going to be burnt. But somehow he jumped out of the water and was saved by the grandmother. So day by day, he became more and more mischievous. His mischievous things were not ending. Instead, it was just increasing day by day. He was becoming more and more mischievous and started giving troubles to everybody in the house, including grandmother and even the grandfather. He would also destroy everything that would come in his reach, like the plates, or maybe clothes, or it could be any possible thing, any delicacy, or even any delicacy. If he sees, he would just take it and destroy it, just breaks it off. So one day he even picked a dish of pulao and ran on branch to eat it. So one day what happened, grandmother had prepared some pulao and she kept it on the dining table. But what Toto did, Toto picked it and ran on a branch to eat it. So there was a tree outside their house. So he took that dish and went on the tree to eat it. Now when grandmother saw, she got very angry and she scolded him. She scolded him so brutally that what kind of behavior is this? Now monkey, though he could not understand a lot, but he could understand the expressions of grandmother, that grandmother is angry. So as he knew that grandmother is angry and she's scolding, to react upon that, he threw that dish from the branch and he broke the plate, which obviously angered the grandmother all the more. Now, as the family members found it difficult to adjust with him because of his behavior, because he was such a very naughty and mischievous creature, so they decided to give it back to the Tonga driver, because they could not deal with this animal a lot. Now what happened, grandfather went back to Tonga driver and he asked them to take it back. Obviously Tonga driver did not agree to take it back for 5 rupees. So grandfather was ready to give Toto back even in 3 rupees at 2 rupees loss, and he heaved a sign of relief that finally this problem is away from him. He was happy that he has sent Toto away and finally he could actually have a sign of relief now. So this was the story of adventures of Toto, where Toto, who was a very mischievous creature, how he entered Ruskin Bond's house and how he was sent away from his house because of all the mischievous things he has done.